Well, hello again, sports bettors. It's Jonathan here from the School of Bets, and in this video, we're going to take an in-depth look at the PointsBet Sportsbook. Now, PointsBet is an Australian-owned sportsbook that's come to the US with a tried and tested product. It's well worth a look.
Okay, so the PointsBet Sportsbook web browser, here it is. We're going to take you today on a little walk through some of the features that this awesome sportsbook has to offer. It is one of the best in the business. Get over to School of Bets if you want to get some sign-up bonuses. We're going to have them running over there on the website. Find the link under this video and get yourself profitable from the outset. Now, this homepage is just very striking and so quick and easy to navigate around. So you can see along here these icons, these pictures along the top here, get you to all the featured sports really quickly. The time of recording is during the MLB season, so you got MLB games there, but we know NBA and NFL are just huge betting markets, so the futures buttons are there straight away. We've got some golf, we've got some tennis, and so on and so forth. So you can just easily navigate to those really quickly, which is fantastic. You can see further down the page, we've got some of the MLB games that are featured today. And in fact, this one's only 16 minutes away from starting, which is excellent. And then other games coming up today. This little slider that appears here in the middle of the page is really excellent to alert you to promotions that are running at the moment. Obviously, these change over time, but you log on to PointsBet and you're looking to place a bet, it might be to do with the MLB or something along those lines, and you'll see a promotion appear across the top here and alerts you straight away instead of having to go and search deeper into the sportsbook to find those. So I really like that feature. We've also got the upcoming sports that are here down the side. Really, really good. I would actually really probably would prefer a filter on this so that you can quickly filter for sports that you prefer to bet on and get rid of some of those ones that you don't. When I expand it out here, you can see we got tennis and we got baseball and we got a variety of things going on at any one point in time. But let's say you're not interested in tennis, it'd be good to be able to filter those out. So that's a little something that I'd like to see an improvement on. But otherwise, this homepage is really, really quite functional. Okay, so we're going to take a look at some of the other functionality that's on the PointsBet Sportsbook. First things first, you come across here to this little retractable menu, and you can get to anywhere you need in the site. Everything is listed there. Quite easy, quite accessible, quite quick. I do want to show you this odds settings changer. Now, we've currently set on American odds, but you can change that to whatever you like. And for instance, decimal odds, which is my preferred betting style, or way to read odds, I can just click to it. But we're going to stick with American today for the purposes of this tutorial. Now, we're going to go to the in-play section, the live betting section. And we know that live betting is going to be enormous in the US. It's growing quickly. And so having a rock-solid live betting platform is absolutely critical for any good sportsbook. And PointsBet does not miss the mark here. They've got what we've got here is the sports that are currently occurring. Now, you imagine in the midst of NFL season, you got college sports, you got NBA stuff happening. Any of those peak sport times, this can actually be quite filled with sports. At the moment, we're in a bit of a dead patch, but we've still got enough. WNBA game, we've got an MLB game, soccer, and so on. The Major League Baseball is where we're going to focus on the functionality of this platform. So you got the Rays at the Red Sox. You can see there. You can immediately go to any of the major three betting markets: the spread, the total, and the money line. But by navigating across to here, there's 60 other bet types available, which is one thing that PointsBet will offer you is a real range of markets. They definitely give a very good spread of markets, and you can see that here with the MLB. You've got all of these options here going forward with the game. You've got tons and tons. They're all in these drop-down menus. You can get across to them. Earlier, I mentioned about the upcoming sports menu and it not having a filter. If you do go through to an individual sport, it kind of filters them out for you. So, as you can see there, I've only got Major League Baseball games showing up in my up next column, which is useful right through to 10:15 p.m. Eastern tonight. There's a whole slate of games. I've got to say, this list here is just bliss for a sports bettor. So many markets to bet on for a Wednesday. That's amazing. At the time of recording, summer dead patch, you'd be pretty happy with that. Now, what we've also got here is game situation available to you. Now, some other sports books will offer you far more graphical analysis and statistical analysis here, but I think the basics of what you need are available. You've got the bottom of the third, you've got the score, you've got the pitch count. We know how many's out. We can see if there's any runners on. It's all there for you. Um, you've also got this little preview, which is useful to some extent. Particularly if you're not really across the day-to-day cut and thrust of the MLB, you can get a bit of a quick update here, and particularly on the pitches and so on. So all in all, the PointsBet betting platform is a good one. Okay, so we're going to look at the promotions now on PointsBet, and honestly, the promotions are one of the best features of PointsBet. They absolutely set themselves apart from the rest of the market by the pure volume of promotions they offer. If you want to have a look here, I'm just going to scroll down and show you that's 3, 4, 5, and so on. And they're all quality. They all offer something of value to the bettor. Whether it be some in-game bonuses, here, for instance, if your player hits a home run, you get a $20 bonus bet for every home run, minimum bet of $50. Here it's WNBA. If your player shoots a three, or every time your team shoots a three, you get a $3 bonus bet on these particular games. So just creative, fun, and all about making sports betting entertaining for the bettor. It's not all about this sort of dodgy deals, etc., that you sometimes think of with bookmakers. This is all about fun and entertainment value. Early payouts are just something that you should be grabbing a hold of it at every opportunity. For instance, here in the MLS, lead by 2 goals, get paid instantly, up to $100. Teams do lead by 2 goals, and the match may end in a draw, or it may end in the team actually might lose. It does happen, and so you lock your profit in as soon as they lead by 2. Awesome. And so on and so forth. Come and check these out. They are honestly the thing that's, to me, that sets PointsBet apart from everyone else, or one of the key things. For these promotions alone, that's enough reason to sign up to PointsBet. You honestly, I have not seen as good a rundown of promotions as I've seen here, and that's across Australian sportsbooks as well, in a very mature market. So get a hold of PointsBet's promotions. Do yourself a favour. This is one way to start and stay profitable. Okay, so the next thing we're going to check out with PointsBet is the odds and how competitive actually are PointsBet in comparison to the rest of the market. So I'm going to do that by going down to the American football. I've clicked on the football tab, and you can see here this is Canadian football. I actually want to get through to the NFL. So instead of the next up tab, all comps tab, and then come down to the USA and the NFL. Click on that. And we're 43 days at the time of recording away from the first game in the NFL season. But you can see their odds are already up. And what we're seeing is a -110, which is par for the course, I believe. It's not the best. You probably can find slightly better odds, promotional odds in some places that beat that. But -110 to me is par for the course. And so then it comes down to finding the right number. So -3.5 or over 46 and so on. Keep a lookout though. PointsBet will offer +100 odds from time to time in the NFL. So keep an eye out for that as the season gets closer. It's a great promotional market. +100 is a sensational odds if you can get them. When we scroll down here a bit further, you've got -105 to -115, and that's more so because of the weight of money that's come in at this number here of 8.5. So the odds are competitive. I got no problems with them at PointsBet. The next thing I want to show you though is when you actually go to place that bet. So I actually don't have any funds in the account at the moment, but I will click on this. For instance, let's say I was going to actually take the Green Bay Packers here at the -3.5 points. I'm given an option of going to one of these pre-selected or predetermined amounts up to 500, but I can click on it twice if I wanted 1,000 and quickly get my bet on. I can also go to this keypad and enter a specific dollars and cents amount. So I think that's great functionality. Um, I can also just add this game to a bet slip. So I'm going to do that now. Just add it to my bet slip. Here it is, appeared down here in the bottom corner. And I can actually go ahead and start to build a parlay for myself. So let's say I wanted to add the Eagles to that, and then I wanted to add the Jets to that. You can see it updating in the corner here. I can expand that at any time. And here's my singles, and there's my parlay bet down the bottom here with an estimated return that appears there too. So if I was actually to punch a figure in, for instance, like $10, it gives me the estimated return of $69.69. Notice it's a return and not winnings. So that's actually including the stake in it. Some books will show you winnings, some will show you returns. So it's very important to realize that you're not getting 79.69 back. The 69.69 includes the $10 bet you place. If you want to change that, you can easily remove any one of those games from that parlay at any stage, and it'll appear here. So total stake $10, estimated return now 36 because I removed a game from it, and that's how it's done. So the next thing I want to show you is a couple of the other little features, the boosters or the boosted odds they found here on that side menu. They come up every single day. I think you really should be checking this on a kind of a daily basis if you're inclined to be wanting to bet every day. You're going to find some really good boosted odds here, and you can see the difference. Like from a plus 110 to a plus 130 is kind of a good jump when you're looking at something that's reasonably good chance of winning. Um, there's always a ton of these, and in mid-season for the NFL and the NBA, there's even more. So it's a great thing to check. The other one that's very much worthwhile on PointsBet is the Name a Bet, featured Name a Bet. We talked about this in the promotions tab. Here they actually are, so you can come across to them. There's some featured ones, obviously, including some by Darrell Revis, but then also you've got the next up or the all competitions name a bet. And so then you can look down here and find there's a whole heap of really creative bets that have been put up, suggested by some of the PointsBet people, but also by some of just the Twitter followers. There's some really, really good ones that have been put up, and they're worth checking out. So do that on PointsBet, do that on a daily basis. You can always find extra value. Okay, so the next feature I want to check out with PointsBet is the points betting. So I'm going to come across here and we're going to look at the Major League Baseball. Now, points betting is something that PointsBet is obviously known for. They've brought it to the US marketplace. It takes a little bit of time to understand, so I'll give you a really quick crash course in it here. I've just clicked on a Major League game, which is Cincinnati versus Milwaukee. It starts in about 40 minutes or so, and you can see all my normal betting. But I've got this tab here for points betting, so I'll come across to it. And I'm going to look at the total match runs. And in the total match runs, I've got an under 9.9 and an over 10.4. Interestingly, there's a little window there of 10 runs where neither the overs nor the unders win, which is different to a normal spread bet where someone is going to win. In this case, PointsBet wins if it lands on 10, okay? But let's say I went the unders. I thought it was going to be a low scoring game, so I clicked under 9.9. Essentially, I need 9 runs or less in the match to win, in the game to win. I'm going to click $1. What happens is the amount that I win by, so the amount of runs that I win by, if I'm right, if there's only 7 runs scored, I'm 3 runs better off than the original line. And so I would win 3 times my money. My maximum win level is $9.90 because I can win 9 times my money. My maximum loss level is 12 times my money. So let's say the game was in fact a blowout and went to 22, I would lose 12 times my money. So the amount you win and lose on the bet is determined by how right or how wrong you were at predicting the runs in the match and in comparison to this number here. Okay. You need to have this money, the maximum loss level money, available in your account to place the bet. If you didn't have $12 in your account, you wouldn't be allowed to place this bet because in the event that it does blow out, they need to take the full $12 off you. So points betting's it's kind of unique. It's kind of cool. You need to be risk averse. You really need to be kind of up for the roller coaster ride of emotions that this would bring. So it's not for everyone, but certainly something to check out. The last thing I want to show you on PointsBet today is the Revis Betting Academy and the blog. PointsBet are really, really good at bringing to you information on just how to bet and so on and so forth. For instance, here they've got this really good video on points betting. So if you're still wondering how to do that, watch that video. But they've got all this stuff: money line, spread betting, totals betting, prop betting, parlay betting, exactly how to go and place those bets and what that means and what the terminology means. It's really, really good. Understanding that there's a lot of beginning bettors in the US coming through and joining in and becoming part of this wonderful movement of sports betting. The other thing is the blog, and the blog has got really cool information in it in regards to just keeping you up to date with what's going on in the world of sport. So the blog's something that you should. It's all done through the view of sports betting, but if you want to stay up to date, by all means, set an alert and follow this blog really closely. It's kind of updated pretty regularly. So that's PointsBet, guys. Fantastic app. Get across to School of Bets and see if you can't get yourself a really good sign-up promotion.
So there you have it, sports bettors, the PointsBet Sportsbook. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time on the School of Bets.